description box below. Please go check her out. Alright, on with the tutorial. For this project, I am using a 5mm hook and weighted 4 cream yarn from the brand Red Heart. First thing to do is make a slip knot, then chain a chain that is long enough to wrap around from right here all the way around your rib cage to about right here. And after you've completed that chain, you're going to go back on it using a single crochet. And if you are new to crocheting or unfamiliar with the stitches, I will leave the link to my Crocheting for Beginners video in the description box below. So once you reach the end of the row, you're going to chain 1, flip it over, then single crochet back onto that row, and you're going to do this for a number of rows depending on how much you want your top to cover. Since I wanted mine to be a crop top, I just made it this length, just enough to cover my rib cage. But of course, if you want to cover more, then you just make more rows. If you want to cover less, if you want to make it a bikini top, then you make less rows. Once you're satisfied with the length, then you're going to put it against yourself as if you're going to wear it, and then indicate where you're going to make your cup, as I did right here by simply putting my hook through the stitch and then giving it a tug. That way it stands out against the others. Then from the edge, I single crocheted my way to the first point, and then I made 2 single crochets in one stitch. That way I knew that that was one of my indicators, and now I'm going to single crochet to my second indicator. And once I reach my second indicator, I'm going to not chain 1, flip it over, and then single crochet back to my original indicator right here where I made the 2 single crochets. And I'm only going to work in between these 2 indicators because I'm just focusing on making the cup. And after a few rows, you're going to notice that your edges are actually pulling in because you're not chaining 1 at the end, and that is perfectly fine. You actually want this shape. Now you're going to continue doing this until you put it against yourself, and it's covering half your breast, so about right here. And once you're at that point, then you're going to start doing something different at the end. So you not chain 1 and flip it over as usual. Then you're going to single crochet into that first stitch, but skip over that second stitch and go right into that third stitch. And what that's going to do is that's going to start pulling in your edges, making your row smaller and smaller until eventually there's only 1 stitch left in your entire row, and then that's when you're done with the cup. So once I reach this point, I like to single crochet my way down to the other side of the top and make my second cup. I make it the exact same way I made the first one. I indicate the 2 points in which I'm going to crochet and make my cup, and then I just follow the instructions that I did for the first one, and there's my second cup. So I left off on the top of my second cup, and I'm just going to make the strap. What I do is simply create a chain of about 50, and then I go back on that chain using a slip stitch, and I'm done with the strap. And after I'm done with the strap, I end up here. Then I single crochet my way down and across to the other side, make my other strap the exact same way, and then I'm going to single crochet along the cup and end up at about right here. So again, I made my 2 straps. I started off here, made my strap, crocheted my way down and across, made my second strap, then crocheted my way down to this point right here. And at this point, this is where we're going to make the cage design. Simply make a chain that is long enough to attach to your strap, basically. And it's pretty much trial and error. Just make a chain and see if it reaches. If it's too long, then make it shorter. If it's too short, then make it longer. Really simple. And once you are satisfied with the length of your chain, you're just going to attach it using a slip stitch. Then from here, you're going to make another chain that's long enough to attach to this point, which is going to be not exactly in the middle of the cleavage, but a few stitches after it. And then once your chain is long enough, you're going to attach it the same way, just using a slip stitch. Yeah. And you are done with one side. To close it off, you're going to grab some scissors, cut off the yarn that is attached to the yarn ball, bring the excess through the last loop, and give it a tug. After you've done that, you're done with your first side, and this is what it should look like. Now you're going to do the exact same thing to the other side, and how I attach my yarn is like this. I pick the stitch, then I put my hook through it, then I grab the yarn using the hook, bring it through the stitch, then grab the yarn attached to the yarn ball as well as the excess yarn, and create a chain with both of them on the hook. Then you just do the exact same thing you did for the first side, and you are done. So just make a chain, attach it here, make another chain, attach it here, then attach your yarn here, make a chain, attach it here, make a chain, attach it to the other side. Very last thing you have to do is make the back straps, and the way that I do it is I attach the yarn at the very end of the bottom row of the top, the same way that I taught you earlier, and I make a chain of about 150. Why so many chains? Because I'm going to cross the straps over and they need to be really long. So make both of your straps on the bottom and then bring one strap to the other side and attach it by simply choosing where you want your strap to go, then pulling it through. And once it's all through, you're done with one strap, so you're going to do the exact same thing to the opposite side. Just go ahead and grab it, pull it through with your hook, then you are done. You have made your crisscross back strap design as well as your cage bralette design, and you should be totally proud of yourself. Thank you for watching this video. If you felt that it was a bit too fast for you, then you can just go ahead and visit my channel, watch any of my other crochet top tutorials. A lot of them are beginner friendly, so just go ahead and practice with those and then come back to this one and try it again. So again, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and also click that red subscribe button if you have not already, so I can see you next time. Bye!